Travis, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Now, your stock, BRDS, trading down about 10% this morning. What's your message to investors about what's next for the company?
Well, look, I know, the stock price is going to be volatile in these early days. I mean, I know we're up, I think, 14% yesterday and down 10% today. I think, for me, I don't pay close attention to it. I've, talked to the company about this. We expect ups and downs, but really the whole company's focused on execution, long-term execution, really beating the forecast. And that's really what matters, is taking more electric scooters, more electric bikes to cities all over the world.
Now, Travis, talk to us a little bit about the competitive landscape. Lyft just reported a 51% increase in the number of active riders. Of course, there's also Lime, which is backed by Uber. I've seen a lot of Lime scooters in my neighborhood recently. I'm wondering if you are concerned about consolidation among your rivals.
Yeah, there's a few players in the category doing electric scooters and electric bikes. But really, when Bird's going after the 60% of all trips in a city that are 5 miles or less. So we're looking at a massive, massive market opportunity. Some estimates put it at $800 billion TAM in this market. And when you think about 60% of all trips in a city, Bird and our competitors are going after a massive market, whereas most of the capital in the electric vehicle category is going for the other 40% of trips, whether that's Tesla or Rivian or even Ford, who I know was on earlier. Bird is going after this massive opportunity, and it's way less competitive than the electric car space.
Hey, Travis, good to see you. It's Deirdre. I wonder why you went the SPAC route instead of a traditional IPO, especially when there are public comps in the sharing economy for sort of investors to look at. Did you think that you'd get more money, a better price from retail investors? And also, did you get any assurances from your sponsor that they would be holding on to shares for the long term?
Yeah, look, we looked at all options as a company and decided, once we met the Switchback team, we really decided they were the right partners for us. Switchback One did the ChargePoint deal, and we liked what we saw there. And they really had similar mission and vision around reducing, gas car trips globally, really trying to accelerate the transition to electric vehicles in the case of ChargePoint, and in the case of Bird, micro electric vehicles. And so we felt like Switchback was the best partner for us.
Hey, Travis, anybody who lives in New York City knows what the city has done to create lanes for bicycles and scooters. But I wondered, is that happening everywhere at that pace? And do you see next year being even more dramatic on that front?
Yeah, COVID really did accelerate the rollout of bike lanes and protected bike lanes all around the world. I know New York has certainly been doing that, and the new mayor of New York is very, very pro-bike, I know, and he's pledged to roll out, 300 miles of protected bike lanes. And so we are seeing that really across the world, and it's exciting to me to see the U.S. cities really start to close the gap on European cities. Obviously, Europe has a lot more bike infrastructure, and so in a world where we have these 3,000-pound gas cars moving people around, and the roads just can't really handle the traffic anymore. We think it's refreshing to see, cities really embrace more bike lanes and more micro-electric vehicles to help people get around cities. I know the traffic in Manhattan is terrible, and on average, I think the speed is 8 miles per hour. And you could take a Bird scooter from one side of Manhattan to the other going 15 miles per hour and probably get there twice as fast.
Well, Travis, while some cities like New York are embracing more bike lanes, other cities have really cracked down on sort of the regulatory issues since you first launched this company in 2017. I mean, I'm just thinking about the limits on the number of scooter companies that can operate and how that's created some bidding wars. And then there's also this question of insurers who do consider these scooters more dangerous than bikes. How are you addressing those two issues?
Yeah, we treat cities as our number one customer. We've built great relationships with cities really across the world. And, for us, we go and we talk to a city, and our mission and vision is very much aligned with every city. Every city I talk to wants less traffic, less carbon emissions, less parking problems. And the immediate solution to that is micro-electric vehicle companies like Bird. I like to say we don't need tunnels, we don't need flying cars, we don't even need autonomous cars. We just need more bike lanes and more micro-electric vehicles throughout cities. And so, now that we're in over 350 cities across the world, I think it's a strong data point that cities really have embraced, this form of transportation. And, on the safety side, if you look at Bird, for example, we only have one kind of medical incident for every 50,000 rides. So on a percentage basis, it's very low. Cars are about 1 in every 20,000 rides. And so, I think for us, our mission is to get as many cars off the road as possible, because we think cars are really the dangerous thing. And a world with more microelectric vehicles like Bird would be a safer world, and also one that's more environmentally friendly.